You know what it's like. You're all ready, everything's organized, you've got a really important meeting, perhaps something you really care about, even a wedding or a funeral, and suddenly you spill, you're rushing, you spill your coffee over your shirt or your dress, and you have to deal with that. Of course, that's the one morning there's traffic on the road. Now, it's very hard to transcend this, isn't it? To actually step back and transcend it. It's almost impossible. And I'm reminded, it's kind of helpful if you put your arms to your side. Yeah, I'm reminded of dogs. You know, when you're dog training, there's a breaking word with dogs. It's usually no. So you say things to your dog like come, heel, sit, definite words. But you have to have a word that they really pay attention to. So it's the same when things go wrong with us, because it's really easy to get in a negative mindset. So as the light doctor and also a medical doctor, I'm really familiar with patients who come in with this sort of thing because it spirals down into anxiety and depression. So it's really important to somehow have this break for them. And it's really hard because when things start going wrong in your day, we get carried away in this flow of negativity. We have negative thoughts and we just think, oh, things always come in threes. Typical, just when it's really important, not another thing going wrong in my life. So it's everything seems to go wrong at the same time, as you know. How does that relate to you? Well, it's when your thinking goes on a rampage of out of control negativity, basically, which we all know happens. And oh, just another thing, it's just one of those days, things always come in threes. It takes a huge amount of self-control to stop this. And this is going to be the tip. You have to really force your mind, who is a poor master and a good servant, your mind, but of course it thinks it's the master. Force your mind to think about something else. And at that point, maybe you're driving or walking. You look at the beautiful trees, you find something to admire, not just the car in front of you. So you have to force your mind to look at something it admires and immerse yourself in the beauty, or think of some, you can think this up too. Maybe there's nothing beautiful around you. You can think of something beautiful. Think of your garden. Think of some funny story. Humor is great for breaking this loop, laughter and humor. But it's really hard to actually stop the negative flow and to force yourself, but it's absolutely essential. So that's the psychology of it. The metaphysical bit is almost more interesting in that what we think is real. So as a doctor, of course, I know this. Biologically, we have a scary or a stressful thought and our pulse rate increases and our blood pressure immediately goes up. We meditate, we're calm, it all goes down. But what we think is real to our bodies. It doesn't know the difference between thoughts and consciousness, let's say, and actual reality. So I'm sure you're all familiar with thinking you've lost your credit card, or your phone, you're quite sure you have, and you feel terrible. Immediate fight or flight response, adrenaline, cortisol through the roof. So it's not just what we think, it's our consciousness. So if we really believe, because thinking is part of our consciousness, right? Consciousness is bigger. If we really believe that we're having a bad day, well, truly, we will have a bad day. And this is why we're going to focus on the positive and force ourselves to do it. So it's almost like we have this matrix-like reality construct that our belief system of the day will construct. And same with our general belief system. If we think that we're worthless and, not worthy of love, that's exactly what we'll get, right? I'm afraid that is. And even though we pasted over the top with doing, well, lots of exams and qualifications and making ourselves beautiful or even plastic surgery, our belief system is what will attract other people and attract events, not the actual beauty or the actual job. So in the same way, we can improve our day and manifest our life by really stopping that negative tirade and having a true belief in the positive, and that events will turn out correctly. And then inner consciousness, which is already thought to be the sort of superstructure matrix network. Although no one actually knows what consciousness is at the moment in science, but believe me, they're all postulating like mad. So in this consciousness, we project our little thoughts of positivity to try and cancel out that negative one that we may be dwelling on from 10 minutes ago. And in the quantum world, small changes make enormous differences. And that's what's wonderful about this. You don't come along with a sledgehammer. That's old Newtonian physics. So we're talking quantum physics here. When the light energy that is emanated, we talked about this yesterday, although was getting cut off a bit, light energy coming from our DNA and our heart is overlapping with that of the natural world as well as other people. And this creates a kind of matrix, or I like to think in holographic theory. Good news is we can change it. We can interfere or add into, manipulate if you like, not a very nice word, but we can create our own reality. I think that's a better way of saying it. We can create our own reality in this energy in which we are swimming like fish in water. We don't know we connected to it, perhaps. We don't feel the strings connecting us. We're not exactly puppets, that's for sure. We have a lot of free will because we create it. We are authors of our own life and of our own day. So we're very happy, very happy that we can do this. So we talked about the psychology of it, talked about the quantum physics of it, the physiology, in that our body's physiology, stress hormones, pulse rate, etc., happy hormones too, actually follow our thoughts. And our consciousness is really a bigger way of saying our thoughts. So these are a lot of information here. I don't know how long I've been talking because I probably should have timed it, but it's around 10 minutes. So just to wrap up, we, myself and my colleague, Dr. Claire, we all talk about slightly different things. So I really advise you to listen to both because then you get tons of information. I'm doing it live because it seems easier than an event, but I'll also post it on my event. We are having Burnout to Brilliance retreat in Scotland, residential and online, 24 September. And of course, the burnout is just the fatigue, the tired, the burnt out people, basically, who want maybe to change their lives, who know there's something more in their lives. And the brilliance is because we're energy and personally light people. So burnout to brilliant, creating this brilliant new life. And we will share more details about this exciting opportunity on Sunday when we're offering a gift also. So I hope I've helped you try and manifest not only your perfect day, because things do go wrong, right, all the time, but perhaps also your perfect life. And the next step that we do not have time to talk about today, but being a medical doctor, I'm very interested in perfect health. So I'm interested in turning health around. People with, fatigued all the time to having cancer, this big spectrum of sick people. Why not turn it all around? Because trust me, biology follows consciousness. Consciousness seems like it follows biology. We've got a back pain and then we feel depressed, right? But really, is it that way around? Or maybe I believe the physical follows the consciousness, the belief systems, and the thoughts. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye from the Light Doctor. Same time tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. This is so exciting.